It's me, Zenobia Darling. You're listening to hashtag Rockstar Life, the Coffee Break podcast. Let's go. Where the hell's my cold brew at?
Ooh, what's up, guys? It's me, Zenobia Darling. I'm coming at you today. It's a Friday. I'm hunkered down in my East Coast art studio in Havre de Grace. Hunkering down because this fucking swirling bitch Debbie had to come in and fuck up my weekend. And she's making her appearance known in Baltimore. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, it's just kind of rainy and windy. Like, it's not as bad as people were talking about. I mean, they were like doom and gloom on the news. And I'm like, I went to Target today. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think sometimes it's a little ridiculous. But yeah, I'm more pissed also that fucking bitch had the nerve to destroy my weekend plans. I had a gorgeous self-care weekend planned for this weekend. I was going to Richmond, Virginia. And, it was just like me having like an art retreat. I was seeing some family. I was, just going to be painting and checking out and be unplugged from my phone, turn that shit on airplane mode, not be bothered. That's the self-care I need. And that fucking bitch Debbie had to fuck it up. So Debbie, go fuck yourself. It's ridiculous. I'm like, girl, you couldn't stayed out in the Atlantic or something. You had to make your appearance in Maryland. Girl, get the hell out of here. Like, and then, I wake up today and of course it's been like dark and gloomy the last few days. But today I wake up, it's just like spitting rain and it's wind. I mean, apparently the Chesapeake's flooding like in Havre de Grace and the Susquehanna is. I saw pictures on Facebook. But I'm just like, girl, like we canceled our lives for this. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it might be bad in other places, but here it's not that bad. And I'm a little annoyed that my weekend retreat got canceled. So, but I made up for it. I've been chilling at home yesterday and today, just, unplugging though. My phone has been on airplane mode, but I figured I would give you guys a little summer update, a little espresso shot episode because why not? I have the time and I actually have been doing podcast stuff. So season 2 will be dropping this September. Haven't decided on the exact date. I'm still working on a few sponsors and getting some details with that. This retrograde kind of threw a winger in some of that because there's a little bit more chaos in the atmosphere than I think I'm cool with. I mean, I've been feeling this retrograde. Okay, it can end. Mercury, you can go back on course for the next few months because I'm like, but it's all good stuff though. I have to say it's all good stuff. So I was here. I had to record actually an ad. I'm going to put a new one in this feed, so that'll be up in a little bit. But I just had to record some ads, and I figured, you know what? I took an edible and watched a bunch of reality television yesterday, and figured let's just bitch about it. Let's just get on mic. I had it set up, and let's just deep dive. So 2 shows I've been watching yesterday. I was watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I kind of got caught up. I kind of checked out this season, but I watched that ridiculous finale with the sit-down dinner at Rails. And I got some thoughts. So we'll go into that. And then I also went back and was rewatching The Real Housewives of Dallas. And I forgot how good LeeAnne Locken was. She's a good Real Housewife. So I don't know. I'll end it with that. But before I do, also, I wanted to announce this to all you guys, all my little darlings, is that the Paranormal Realm Beyond the Lore, my next art exhibition, is fully happening. We are like, that train has left the station and we're like, chugging along. So November 1st at the galleries at CCBC in Essex, Maryland, I will be debuting an art film that I'm in the process of shooting. We're in production mode. We shoot at the beginning of September. It's going to be an art film on the paranormal, and this is going to be my first foray into paranormal reality television. So I'm super excited about this. Like, I really am. Like, I got new stuff coming. I got a new version of Zenobia, which I'll tease. And yeah, I'm not going to talk much more about it, but definitely check it out. It'll be debuting on the opening, and I have my whole new paranormal collection debuting there. So it's going to be really good. My first true fine art series on the paranormal. I mean, and this is my first like true like professional, like large scale series in my neo-expressionist artwork. So I'm super excited about this. Like, it's going to be good. I'll put a link below you can kind of get a sneak peek of it. But yeah, so it's all happening. And also, I'll tell you this much, it's been a lot of fucking work. I've been busting my fucking ass the past few weeks getting all this together, because I don't think people realize, like, doing an art show, curating it, you know, it's my bread and butter. I love it, but it's a lot of fucking work. So yeah, so check it out, and I'll have more information the more that comes out and the closer we get to it, because we're about to do the major media launch, and just wait for the things I got planned for this fall. You're going to shit yourself. So piggybacking off the whole paranormal stuff, and I did mention the art film, I just want to talk a little bit about paranormal, like, reality television, because I have been rewatching so much of it from the past 30 years. I mean, currently I have it muted, but I was watching the old school show Sightings. It's like that news magazine from the early 90s. So the way this worked, and this is kind of like the pop culture intellectual coming out. So there was these news magazines, and you had Inside Edition, you had, I forget, the Inside Edition's still around, but they were the news, but they were also a sensationalized, like, tabloid version of a news magazine, like, you know, 60 Minutes or something. 60 Minutes is more, I don't know, it's more like, I'm trying to think of the word, more journalistic news magazine, whereas Inside Edition's more sensationalized. Well, they had one in the early 90s called Sightings, and I've been rewatching it, and it's so fun because I just forgot. I used to watch this show all the damn time, and I just forgot about it. And, like, fucking Sylvia Browne's on there, that fraud of a psychic, that fucking bitch. She's on there she was in the Brookdale Lodge, and I'm like, girl, you know, and she talks like this, and, you know, and she wrote in her book that she never smoked cigarettes, and I'm like, girl, I can taste the fucking Newport on your breath and on your voice. Like, really, girl? I remember I saw Sylvia Browne live, and I remember being horrified by it because she's a fraud. She's a capitalistic con woman, and I believe she was found guilty of insurance fraud in the early 90s, too. So, you know, she's just like, you know, shady wise woman, I guess, capitalistic pig using her psychic ability for profit, which I do not advise. I don't think it's ethical. And I actually know a few psychics locally in the Maryland region who do that, too. I'm not going to blast them on mic, but, you know, you ask me about a psychic, I might give you a recommendation of another psychic and tell you some behind the scenes tea. So yeah, there are a few just like Sylvia Browne, not as big as Sylvia Browne. I mean, but you know, it's ridiculous. So Sylvia Browne's on there, and they're talking about like UFOs, all that stuff. I fucking love it. And then another show I was watching was MTV's Fear. It was like the Dare show where they took a bunch of teens and 20-year-olds and put them in a haunted location and made them do shit for money. I forgot how good that was. I really did. I watched the entire 2 seasons of it. It's so ridiculous. And some of the stuff they do, it's not ethical ghost hunting at all. And I don't know, some of the stuff they did, I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't do that in that building. I wouldn't do that in that area. I'm like, ooh, that takes a level of balls. I mean, again, you can do it. I mean, but at the same time, I'm an ethical ghost hunter. I respect the dead. I don't fuck with them. And they had him fuck with some people. And I'm pretty sure some of the stories about the locations on that show were kind of phony. So I've also been, Zach and crew they haven't really been delivering that much content lately. I think they're getting ready to shoot like a Halloween special. Every Halloween, they always have like a 2-hour special of all the ghost shows, and they normally film it like now. So we might get one. I wonder what it's going to be, because they're always a hot mess. So that'll probably be a season 2 episode this fall. Me bitching about Zach and the crew. And then I've also been watching Kindred Spirits. I mean, I love Kindred Spirits, Adam Berry, Amy Bruni and Chip Coffey. They're good people, and they're ethical about ghost hunting, and they come at it from the same way I do. And I don't know, I just really like it. And Adam Berry and Chip Coffey are 2 gays that ghost hunt. I always say gays ghost hunt better. And what else? My gay ghost adventures are better too. So there we go. That's a little sneak peek of one of the paintings that I will be debuting at the Paranormal Art Show. So I'm super, trust me, I can't wait for it. I truly can't wait for it. Okay. Enough bitching about that. For this espresso shot. let's get into Real Housewives of New Jersey because I got some thoughts. Are you kidding me? Like, so I was watching it. I watched it live Sunday night, and then I rewatched it Monday, actually with my mom. And my mom loves Real Housewives of New Jersey, and she just recently went back and watched the whole season. And she keeps talking about soggy flicker, and I'm like, it's Siggy, and we don't talk about her because she is a nut job. But I digress. And so I watched it, and the first time I watched it, there's so much happening that episode that I kind of didn't take it all in. So when I watched it the second time, I was like, I forgot about that. Wow, I didn't catch up on that. It's crazy. Like, it's literally running on all cylinders. And this whole season of New Jersey, I've been very checked out by because it's dark, it's messy. It's not like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. But I do think, like, give it a few years, and when we rewatch it on Peacock, I think this will be one of the better seasons of Real Housewives, like, of all time. Like, this season and the kind of, like, the past 2 or 3 seasons of New Jersey have been really, really good. And this season, I'm like, I feel like you kind of get tapped out with it, but this is a good conclusion for the series arc that has been happening the last 3 seasons with this current iteration of the cast. I mean, it's definitely, like, I really enjoyed it. I remember the second time I watched it, like, it just hit me when they were doing, like, a lot of the editing. I was like, this is more Mobwives than it is Real Housewives in New Jersey. And I mean, there's a very similar crossover. I mean, I'm not going to get into the alleged mob ties of some of the Real Housewives of New Jersey because, I mean, I'll just say this. Google Caroline Manzo and Google Dina's ex-husband. So I'll just keep it at that, and you can fill in the blanks, making your own judgment. I'm not accusing or saying anybody's anything. So, although I will say, go back and watch that first season of New Jersey, and I think it's awful. I think it's awfully suspicious that they're having a huge fundraiser for the local sheriff's office and Caroline Manzo is throwing that at her house and then bragging about how they spent like $40,000 on it or something like that. And then she says on there, well, they scratch our back, we scratch theirs. Well, I know what that means. So just saying. Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I fucking love Mobwives. It's one of the greatest, and I love Real Housewives of New Jersey. But don't think I didn't clock that back then. Don't think I didn't clock it now. I mean, going into, we're kind of like, okay, they're a bunch of Jersey Italians. I'm sure they have mob ties because they're wealthy and aspirational. And Bravo's done a good job at kind of like, I don't know, not plugging it as much as I think like Mobwives. I mean, that was the premise of the show. And we loved, I mean, you got Renee, you got Big Ange. I love, may she rest in peace. I hope she's sitting up there in heaven, you know, having a party at the racetrack, smoking a cigarette. She smoked these, they're called More cigarettes, and they have like the black filter. I've been trying to find one because I want to try one. So I don't know. I'll report back when I find that cigarette. I'm sure it's like a $30 cost for a 1 pack or something. I'm sure it's some ridiculous, but it's Big Ann. She's an icon. Going into it, they have that Mobwives flair, and I'm like, this is kind of, I don't know. We're about to see some shit. And also, going to Mobwives, I mean, Mobwives filmed in Staten Island, New York, and I have to tell you that Danielle is from Staten Island, and she had an appearance on True Life, I'm a Staten Island Girl, back in the early 2000s that aired on MTV. And I have to say, this must have been several nose jobs ago and several trips to the dental, or the trips to the dentist, quote unquote, because she looks totally different. But at the same time, it's like, you know, she comes from that world of the Mobwives, and I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure she knows some of the Mobwives. Like she would have to. And so she got that vibe already, and I kind of saw it with her altercation with Jennifer Aiden. I was like, there's a little Drita in her. I said, that was a little bit like Drita, or like when Renee got psycho a few times. Like, I was like, there's something there. And, and Karen too. I do love Karen. But I don't know. It just kind of, it had that vibe. So I was like, this is and they're doing like a sit down. Like, that's the other thing that I was kind of like, oh, so you're doing like a sit down like they did on Mobwives, because I mean, at Mob Wives, it got so contentious because Drita and Karen, every time Drita saw Karen, she just saw red and just wanted to kill her and just like beat the fucking shit out of her. And they couldn't have a conversation. I mean, she walked in, she's like, get the fuck up, and went over and just body slammed and they were fighting. And then you saw Drita being a bitch to production, which I love it when they break the fourth wall for moments like that. And just shit like that. Like it. Oh man, that last sit down was great. But I could tell they were doing a sit down at Rails, the most famous Rails, where they've done the sit down before, and I've had parties there, and you know, Rails loves the publicity. I mean, and it's like, and I love the fact that they're like, oh, well, it's trains. Well, the trains that they're going for are not the trains happening outside, because I saw a Jersey commuter train. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, is that in Maryland, in Baltimore, we have the MARC train. It's like a commuter train that runs through Havre de Grace, and then it goes down to DC. I know a few people that have taken it. I've taken it before to go to DC on day trips and stuff. But so you have like the Jersey Transit MARC train going through, and I'm like, really? This is ridiculous. So they go to Rails, and it just goes off the deep end. And I think that, because I don't think that original fight between Jennifer and Danielle, I don't think that was the one that got them suspended. I think that this sit down was why Danielle got and Jennifer got suspended, because Danielle did lunge at her and threw something at her. And I was reading online where a lot of the stuff was edited out, and I'm like, what? Really, Bravo? Really? I will say though, it was the version I watched was unedited on Peacock. I did appreciate that. I totally appreciate the uneditedness. I mean, at the beginning when Margaret and Dolores were having the sit down and Dolores called her a motherfucking cunt and it was unedited, I was like, ooh, that's why I love Dolores. She's full of love, but don't fuck with her and don't lie to her. And I just, so it is, I don't know. The whole episode it had that feel. And so they're at the sit down, and I think that, I think Danielle throwing the pitcher of glass at her and doing that, because she started that one, I think that's what got them both suspended. And I honestly just think after the house burned down from the cash trip, and I think after that sit down, I think production was like, we're cutting our losses. This is not what we want. This is not good. And we're just going to give what we have. Cause they're only on episode like 15, and they're not even having a reunion. They're having that sit down that airs this weekend. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it'll be that good. I don't think that it'll be, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see. All right, so I've been talking for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I don't know. I'm going to put the ad break in here. I will say this is a new ad that after I record this, I'm actually going to edit together. So enjoy.
All right, ad break. I got to pay for all this damn coffee I'm drinking and tea I'm spilling.
What's up, art lovers? It's me, Zenobia Darling. Did you know I'm more than just a drag rock star? I'm also a very accomplished painter photographer, and you can check it all out on ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. Sponsored by the Harford County Cultural Arts Board, my blog, #RockstarLife, the arts blog. It explores all my creativity right when it crashes into local culture. Explore my neo-expressionistic fine art, my editorialized goth photography, and this is the best part, you can buy my original paintings, and you can spruce up your boring-ass walls, because every wall needs some glittering Zenobia Darling on them. So go check out Zenobia Darling Creative. The link is in the episode description. All right, and we're back. How'd you guys like that new ad? So I got a few more ads coming. I got a few sponsors lined up. But again, this Mercury retrograde kind of threw a curveball. But just wait. We got some stuff in the works. So just wait. And that it does make me a professional podcaster. So which I fucking absolutely am obsessed with. So where was I at? Oh yeah, I was bitching about Real Housewives of New Jersey. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely think they're going to have to reboot the cast. I definitely think, if not just wipe the slate clean and do what they did on New York, I definitely think half the cast has to go. I can't do this fraction shit. It's messy. It's weird. So what I think they need to do is, I think Teresa needs to go on break. I think that I don't know. Her daughter's going to be on another Bravo reality show that I believe airs this winter, that was shot last spring. I think it might be Gia, but one of the daughters is on a show. So it's not like she's going anywhere. We'll see Teresa on that show. But I definitely think Teresa needs to be put on pause as a Real Housewife, just for 1 or 2 seasons. Just give her a break, because and this whole thing with Louis is a piece of shit. Are you kidding me? I'm like, in this episode really highlighted how much of a piece of shit. And I do think that Louis is part of the dark side of downfall. And I gotta tell you this too, which pissed me off, production. In the opening or in the season trailer, we saw a scene where Louis and her were fighting, and Teresa's like, I don't want to talk about this on camera. I don't want to talk about this. We never saw that moment. So what the fuck happened? Like, something happened, and it's like, the thing with Louis, I also think production's like, we're going to be hands off on it, because Louis is the one who's doing a lot of the dark shit. It's, that we know that's going to implode, and it is what it is. And I kind of think Bravo needs to kind of like put them on pause, because I don't think they want to get involved with Louis, because he's a fucking mess. And, and it is what it is. And I think Teresa needs to be put on pause. I think Melissa and Joe need to I don't know. They need to go or put them on pause too. I think they should give them on pause. I think Teresa should be on pause for like a season. I think Melissa should be on, and Joe should be on pause for like 3 seasons if the show lasts that long. I definitely think Jennifer Aiden needs to go. I think Rachel Fuda needs to go, because I'm a little over that bullshit. I want Margaret to stay. I really do. I like Margaret. Let's see who else. So the ones I want to stay, I want Margaret, I want Dolores, and I want Danielle. The thing is, though, I think Danielle really pissed production off, so I don't think she'll be back. Jennifer Aiden, Andy hates her, and Jennifer Aiden there was some rumors that she was giving her screeners to gossip bloggers. So I think that's a big no-no with production. I think they're kind of like, fuck off. So I don't know. I think that's there. I think so. Definitely reboot it. Dolores, you got to have Dolores. Dolores is Dolores. I love her. Margaret, because Margaret really came out as a top-notch housewife in the finale. She really did. And then I just cast like 2 other girls, and there's your season. Jackie needs to go. I think she proved that she can't handle it. I will say, bring Jackie back as a friend of when Teresa comes back, because I'm telling you right now, that reveal that Margaret did, everyone knew. I knew it was Jackie. I knew Jackie was the one doing all that shit. Jackie looked like she shit herself there. And also, Teresa is such a dimwit that I think it'll take her 2 fucking years to get mad at Jackie. Jackie just needs to go somewhere. I'm over her. Teresa on pause. But when Teresa is brought back, and also you should bring Jackie back, because that's when Teresa will be pissed about the whole thing. Because I think Margaret's a top tier housewife, and I like what she brings to. I don't know. I like what she brings to it. So, but yeah, it's a fucking mess. It's just, the whole thing is just such a damn mess. So I don't know. Just give it a few more give it like, we'll see. Although give it some rest. All right. So let's end this. Again, it's starting to really rain again. Ugh. Okay. So let's go on to Real Housewives of Dallas, because I've been watching it. I fucking love it. I'm up to season. I stopped when LeeAnne Locken left, because I don't know. LeeAnne Locken is one of the greatest Real Housewives I think we've ever had. And she's so good. She just fucking delivers. Like, she's somebody that, the Carney kid upbringing, growing up in a traveling carnival, I'm sure she's experienced a bunch of trauma. She's open about her PTSD. I'm sure it caused some type of alleged personality disorder in her. And she's on a healing journey, and she's just batshit crazy and looks gorgeous. And she also studies the reality TV arts and performing arts, I should say. And you can tell that she does. And she delivers a good fucking housewife. She knows how to deliver, and she got the campiness of a good housewife, the looks, and the way she talks. She has that if I can do it. Oh God. Sambone. She got that southern twang, and she's not gonna take any of your bull. And so she got that I love it. She fucking delivers. LeeAnne Locken is one of the greatest. I was watching it that second season. Well, the first season where she punched a trolley and had a meltdown on Brandy and Stephanie was hilarious. And then she's like, don't fucking film me. I don't want to talk to them. Takes her shoes off, punctures a moving trolley. And then they go on their Austin trip, and she fucking threatens one of the friends of, I'll fucking kill you. And it was off mic, and they all got so unsettled. And Leanne's like, I'm not gonna kill you. I just hate you. And you're like, bitch, no, you know, if there weren't cameras and you had a knife in your hand, you would probably stab the bitch 20 times. And then, oh yeah, LeeAnne Locken, I could see her on lockup on CNBC real fucking quick. I mean, she's nutso like that. And then I was getting into season 2 with fucking LeeAnne getting her boobs done, fucking having her under anesthesia, talking to Brandy, talking a bunch of shit and mic'd up, you know, oh, Carrie's husband gets his dick sucked at the roundup, and I know the boys that does it. I'm like, girl, and then she gets fucking flesh-eating bacteria and half her boob gets eaten off. I'm like, from the cash trip in Mexico. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's crazy. And then we also get Cameron Westcott. I fucking love Cameron Westcott. She's like, and this is the thing with Cameron, because I think she knows what she's doing, because she went to art school. Like, she said that when they go on the Stockholm trip. And I'm like, I think she knows what she's doing, because she's like artistically good as a housewife. And I think it's because she has like that intellect, because she's fucking delivering. She knows she's playing a character, and I do think that character is actually her. And I don't know. It's so delicious. It's so amazing. Just her making the pink dog food and then having to quit because it turned the dog shit pink. I'm like, who can write stuff like that? I mean, that's just... that's the thing also about Dallas that I love. They're so trashy and juvenile, but it's artistically bad. Like, she's, you know, Cameron Westcott, who loves pink, is making pink dog food, but she discontinued it because it turns the dog's shit pink. I'm like, girl, I love that shit. That cracks me the fuck up. And you got Deandra, Mama D, and I love Mama D also, because Mama D, that old bitch, had been getting work done since I think the frickin' late 60s, before plastic surgery became what it is. And she's up there, face isn't fucking moving, looking worse than Joan Rivers. And every fucking scene that she's trying to plug her Hard Not Good Morning face serum, she's acting like her face is like that just because of her serum. She looks that good because of that. I'm like, girl, you had a facelift before they knew what a facelift was. I can tell. Your skin looks fake. It looks like silicone. Like, she looks good though, I'll tell you that much. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God. Girl, get a grip. Like, your Christian skincare line is not, is not the one doing that. Is it God that made you that skin great? No, it was a plastic surgeon. So, yeah, I clocked it. Every fucking scene she's on, you can tell she's acting like her face is like that because of just using her damn serum. I'm like, I bet you she spent over a couple mil just for plastic surgery because she looks like that. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I hope to be looking that good, though, when I'm at that age, too. But I don't know. And then there was the scene. This was another great LeeAnne Locken scene, because you get Carrie Duber. I like Carrie Duber. They're in that Winter Wonderland party where LeeAnne breaks a glass. She's like, you better fucking listen to me. And Carrie was like, I can smell your breath. And then LeeAnne leans in and is like, I hope it smells like dog shit that you lick off the floor. And I'm like, girl... Who does that? I know I talked about LeeAnne before, but it's so funny to me. And then her fucking trauma bonding with Samboon the elephant in Thailand. I've talked about that many times. And then I was rewatching the Thailand trip. I didn't realize how fucking nuts it was and how fucking racist LeeAnne got. Like, I'm telling you, I fucking hate Carrie, the not Carrie Duber, the newer Carrie. I do not like her. I think she's one of the worst housewives. But LeeAnne, don't call her a chirpy Mexican, okay? You can say she's annoying, because she is. You can say she's a fucking bitch, but she's all those things and just happens to be Mexican. Girl, calling her that's not cool. She just so happens to be Mexican, but she is all those things and a horrible, horrible person. I do not like that Carrie Buckingham or whatever the fuck her name is. I don't. So... I don't know. I loved it. I wish they would bring back Real Housewives of Dallas. I saw some rumors online that LeeAnne Locken was talking about, of course, because they want to do a Miami-style reboot of Dallas, and I'm here for that. I'm really here for that. Or do like a ultimate girls trip with Real Housewives of Dallas. I mean, I want to see Carrie back. Carrie Duber. I want to see LeeAnne Locken. I would like to see Brandy and Stephanie. I would like to see Cameron Westcott. I would like to see Deandra. And then can we get a pop in of Mama D? Of course, Mama D's, I mean, she's past to be in her 80s now, like late 80s. So, but I'm sure she's still traveling. I mean, I don't know. It should be good. So, all right, I'm going to end this. I've been yapping for a while. Oof. All right, guys. So make sure you stay subscribed to the podcast feed. Again, I'll probably do another summer check-in the next few weeks. But again, I'm coming back in September. And make sure you check me out on all my socials, my website, ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. And with that, I'm being back to the UFO. Bye, bitches.